Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show and it's time for our Spend with TMS segment. We often say planning ahead can help you save a lot of money, but in this case, it can at least help you save 3x. I'm talking about your trips, especially during Christmas, during winter. And if it's an international trip, well, brace yourselves for paying out a lot more for flights, because from what I understand, all because of the grounding of Jet Airways, even a simple Mumbai-London ticket can cost more than 1 lakh rupees, and it's going to stay so until the gap created by Jet's exit can be filled. Is there any way out? Is there any way that you can maneuver through the skyrocketing airfares? I have with me Sabina Chopra, co-founder and COO for corporate travel and the head of industry relations with Yatra.com. Sabina, thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. We've compiled some data which is certainly not painting a very pretty picture, because it's indicating that a simple Mumbai-London flight has doubled in cost compared to last Christmas, and a Delhi-Paris flight has actually tripled compared to last Christmas. Is that really the case? Have air prices, airfares really gone skyrocketing to this extent?
Airline fares have gone skyrocketing right now, and as you're aware, you mentioned yourself the Jet Airways setback that we had earlier this year, and then the grounding of 737s. However, various airlines have inducted aircrafts on various routes to take care of that demand, to lead to some rationalization, not exactly the whole thing. Fares have gone up high, but then travel partners have come up with certain offers which actually let you, use certain discounts, certain offers that are out in the market that you can utilize to, actually make your, travel more cost effective. So Yatra has, I would say, tied up with most of the banks to give discounts. Then there's also an EMI option that we have introduced to take care of this. So there are a lot of options right now which are there in the market, which, while the fares have gone up as expected, a little higher than normal, but I think there are offers in the market that can really, for the last traveler or the last person who's booking the travel now, or the late person or the late traveler, there are certain offers still valid in the market which he can utilize and make his cost more effective. And while the fares are going up high, there are a lot of offers which are coming up on the budget hotels, which are giving very, very strong offers, both domestic and international, which can actually make your travel a little more cost effective.
But Sabina, can these discounts that are being offered and the budget hotels that are being offered, can they in any manner compensate for the massive 2x and 3x surge that we are seeing in flight prices?
You see, when you see last year also there was a surge. This is the end year when people are traveling, when people are looking to de-stress their entire year and then travel at this moment. This is the peak period for most of the travelers, and people who've taken these offers much earlier have got very cost effective fares. So during this period also, it's only the last the last point of travel which has really come up a little more expensive. But there is, as I said, the compensation may not be full 50% off, but there are various offers which are there in the market. So if you see, it does compensate, it does get your travel offer. You have Thailand, which has waived off their visa fees, which does get while it doesn't really cover up the entire cost, but there are ways and means that you can make it more cost effective for you. So you can't say that 2x it will be covered by these discounts, but there definitely 1x can get covered by these accounts, by these offers.
Well, something's better than nothing, Sabina. So let's say
it's smart travel also right now. So there are certain destinations. So there's a there are certain destinations which are still cost effective, like the Eastern European sector. So while you're comparing the Delhi-London sector, the Eastern European sector, which is still very cost effective.
Okay. I will come to you on that option as well. But Sabina, let's say I do want to have that wonderful white Christmas in London, which is literally the mecca for Christmas. So what are the options available before me? I know I have no option but to shell out that more than 1 lakh rupees or whatever it is in terms of airfare. Where can I save money then? If you could help us with some examples of the discounts as well that Yatra is offering, etc.
So there are discounts which are offered with all credit cards that are there. So almost every card which you use, there is a cashback offer which is there, or there's a discount which is coming on. Then there is an EMI offer. So if you really have a, you have a budget which you want to travel or spend this year, you can actually take care of that and, pay in easy installments over the next 6 months or next 1 year as the option that you choose. So these are some ways that you have. Then Yatra also has some hotel deals that we have closed up with certain partners in London as such, and then you can take those offers also. So while we could not have much of the, you see, we had blocked certain airlines and certain seats on that, but that's all gone out right now. So we had Delhi London sector, or we had certain sectors that we had blocked up front where we knew that there is going to be high demand, and we bought these tickets up front. But now when we come closer to date, even that has gone out, that it's completely sold out. So while you are saying that you're wanting to dish out that extra expense of the Delhi London and have that white Christmas, I can just go on the site, and you offer any bank site which is offering, rather our site will have almost every bank that we have tied up just because of this reason. So somebody is using X bank and the other one has a Y bank. We're trying to cover up every type of customer and offer these discounts there. And also we have tied up with hotels and to make it more cost effective. That's the thing that we could do from it, and we're giving it together as a bundled offer. So overall, the entire cost comes down.
All right. Now, Sabina, I think it's mostly Paris, London, Amsterdam, one of the most commonly visited cities and the most popular segments that have actually seen a price increase. You mentioned Eastern Europe. So which sectors have actually not seen so much of an increase, which could be options for some of our viewers this Christmas?
So I'll just give you an example of Budapest, which really hasn't seen much of a, spike, and you can see the white Christmas there also. So hopefully keep your fingers crossed, you will see a white Christmas there. So if you see Warsaw, you have all these countries which are there. You have Russia, which is there. So this hasn't seen a tremendous hike here. So if you see the entire Eastern European still remains, the seats are available at, yes, there is a certain hike in price, but which is more or less expected to have that hike. But if you go to these particular countries, the entire Eastern Europe, see every sector that you have, fares are still available at very cost effective compared to a London or a Paris, as you mentioned. So if you travel these sectors and you still want to see the white Christmas, is still affordable.
Okay. All right. And what about back home or closer home in India itself? What are, according to you, some of the best options which are yet unexplored? I mean, if US and Europe is so expensive, then why not see something back home? So what would you recommend?
Before I go closer to home, there is another destination which has really come up this year, is Vietnam. Vietnam has had now, firstly the access used to be slightly, a problem. Now we have direct flights from there coming this winter. So you have Vietnam, which has come up very strong and was very cost effective. Even now, as of now, when you say it, on the eastern sector, that's one destination that is, still unexplored and now has direct flights and is still affordable. So if you go on the, search the destination, go on our site, you'll see very good offers coming for Vietnam. On closer to home, you can say number one still remains Goa, and then followed by Coorg, Pondicherry, the party places which come through. But however, if you see the hill stations, which really you have a Delhi flight which you come up and then you go down, or you have Coorg, these are not destinations which are very strongly controlled by air. They're still controlled by land as such, so they're still affordable. So if you still want to see a winter or cold holiday, you can still go to the hills and find very good deals there, which are still available right now. Yes, your Goas, your Pondicherrys are right now tight, but if you go down, the budget hotels in Goa still giving very, very good offers. So Goa, if you see over the last few years, has opened up for Indians, especially the winter season. Usually it used to be blocked down completely by the inbound tourists. Now it's a huge market for domestic tourists, and all the hotels have realized that. So you still got, if you go to the our site and you go and see Goa, you'll still see very, very good deals coming up in your budget hotels, your mid-segment hotels, some of your 5 stars which are offering in peak periods, which are offering good deals. Pondicherry again, Kumarakom, which has come up. There's Cochin, which is still there. Ooty, of course, your hill stations are very, very popular. But if I say, something which is new coming up in domestic, people are ready to open up, but the popular destinations still see a huge spike, especially the party places. They still see a huge spike in offers. You have Mussoorie, which is coming up very strongly. You have, most of your hill stations, again, because of the, people want to go and see winters also in hill stations. You see very, very great offers coming up.
Okay, all right. Well, we're completely out of time. So, Sabina, thank you so much for providing us with all those alternative options. And yes, I hope your Christmas is as joyful as it was, and it has been one of the best. Okay, well, with that, we'll wrap it up on The Money Show. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for a brand new episode tomorrow.